Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Aditya Petwal, Associate Director, Center for Responsible Business. Center for Responsible Business, as you know, is a think tank based out of Delhi, and that has been working on several different sustainability topics. Today, we are here to talk about the annual conference that CRB has been organizing for more than 10 years. CRB believes the India and Sustainability Standards Dialogue, the conference about which I was talking, is actually a very important program to discuss about several different dimensions of varied sustainability topics and programs being driven by several different organizations who are participating during the ISS. Today, especially, we are here to discuss about the session that we are co-hosting with the Forest Stewardship Council, and the session is about future-proofing India's natural rubber supply chain, national dialogue on building an alliance towards responsible rubber supply chain. And today we have with us the country director of FSC India, Dr. Suresh Gairola. Good morning, sir, and welcome to you.
Very good morning, Aditya.
So Dr. Gairola is the country director of FSC in India, and he has a vast experience of 38 years, more than 38 years working in the forest management sector, public policy, environment law, and several different other dimensions of forest conservation. He is a former Indian Forest Service officer, and he has worked on several important assignments with the government of India. He was Principal Chief Conservator of Forest. He was also the technical advisor to the state government of Maharashtra. He has also held several other important positions as Director General of ICFRE, Additional Director General Wildlife with Government of India, Managing Director of Forest Development Corporation of Maharashtra, and Chief Conservator Forest and Divisional Forest Officer. So welcome again, sir. And today, as we are here to talk about the session on natural rubber supply chain, I would, for the benefit of our audience, I would first like to understand from you if you can throw a little bit more light on about your organization and how does it contribute to the sustainability of the natural rubber.
Thank you very much, Aditya, and warm greetings to all the viewers from FSC India office. So, Forest Stewardship Council was established in the year 1994. We have just completed 30 years of our existence as an independent, non-governmental, not-for-profit, and membership-driven organization to promote responsible forest management globally. We are based in Bonn with a large number of regional offices as well as network partners in various countries. The present count is around 90 countries. So the mission of FSC is to promote environmentally appropriate, socially beneficial, and economically viable management of world's forests. We work with various like-minded organizations at global, regional, as well as country level. You might have seen the FSC level, which is the most visible sign of forest sustainability. It is tick mark and the tree symbol, which can be found on thousands of products worldwide. FSC's forestry standards support zero deforestation, safeguarding ancient and endangered forests, fair wage and work environment, biodiversity conservation, and community rights. So as you can see, it's not just about environmental conservation, it's also about social and economic aspects. It also ensures that forest products being manufactured, traded, sold, or exported are from legal sources and have passed strict sustainability standards. Now, some of the important sustainability solutions offered by FSC are Forest Management Certification, Ecosystem Services Procedure, Chain of Custody Certification, Promotional License Agreements, Pilot Test for Smallholders Forest Management Certification, which is presently being run in 4 countries, including India, Group Certification, which is particularly relevant for smallholders, and Continuous Improvement Program. FSC has also developed solutions for EUDR, that is European Union Deforestation Regulation, which is likely to come into force by this year end, for its certificate holders. Now, FSC's Forest Management and Chain of Custody certification of rubber plantations and products ensure that the final products are the result of responsible forest management, and they follow very credible and stringent social, environmental, and economic principles, criteria, and indicators of FSC standards. Now, consumers can verify this through FSC labels on the products. FSC has a dedicated team of experts at the international level in our Bonn office for natural rubber sustainability. And this is supported by market development teams at the regional and country levels.
Sure, sir. So I think it's very interesting to learn about the program, to learn about the FSC and its programs. And specifically when we are talking about this session, natural rubber supply chain, and I'm sure, it is very much knowledge packed. We'll be bringing in insights from other experts who will be also participating with us. But could you, for the benefit of our audience, could you throw some more light on what kind of key topics will be discussed during this session, and what are we trying to achieve out of this session?
Yeah, sure. So let me first of all thank Center for Responsible Business for joining hands with the Forest Stewardship Council in organizing this very important event on natural rubber value chain. This is for the first time that FSC is participating on such a scale in natural rubber sector in India at an event which is of global significance. Our session is titled Future-Proofing India's Natural Rubber Supply Chain, National Dialogue on Building an Alliance Towards Responsible Natural Rubber Supply Chain in India. So this for the first time that we are trying to bring all the actors in natural rubber value chain to one platform to deliberate and kind of find out the areas where there could be opportunities for collaboration. We have had 5 broad objectives for this session. The first objective is to understand market trends in the natural rubber sector from an Indian perspective, identifying the key factors shaping the rubber industry in India. As I mentioned, we are focusing on natural rubber value chains. The second objective is to identify barriers, challenges, and opportunities within the natural rubber sector, especially in relation to sustainability and market access. The third objective of this event is to examine the tools of EUDR, as I mentioned earlier, and other regulatory compliances, focusing mostly on traceability and responsible sourcing, within the natural rubber supply chain. The fourth key topic that we intend to discuss would be to develop a roadmap for building an alliance around responsible sourcing of natural rubber in the Indian rubber sector and building a coalition of rubber industries to promote sustainability. This is something which will be a watershed so far as natural rubber supply chain in India is concerned. And this will not only benefit the rubber industries, but also the smallholder who are the main rubber planters in India. And lastly, we also intend to launch FSC knowledge report on natural rubber, which will cover various aspects like the present natural rubber scenario in the country, the import and export status, the barriers and challenges being faced by the natural rubber sector in India, and we would come out with certain recommendations for the policymakers, the rubber industries, and the smallholders. Now, you have asked about the bigger goal. So the bigger goal would be to give a boost to responsible and sustainable domestic natural rubber value chain, support pathways to meet major rubber industry requirements through domestic production as envisaged by National Rubber Policy, to meet international requirements to promote exports, and to provide encouragements to the rubber growers.
Sure. So certainly, sir, as you mentioned that this is going to be a watershed event, as you were explaining, several different areas will see the contribution coming out from this discussion. I would also like you request you to also indicate, like, when we are speaking to the industry, we are talking to the professionals, businesses, consumers, but who is one or two such very important target audience that we are especially aiming at, and they should definitely be tuning to this program.
Broadly speaking, we would be targeting sustainability professionals in various fields who can make a difference in natural rubber value chain in India. In particular, we would be targeting tire companies, which are the major consumers of natural rubber in India, and also non-tire sector, which is mostly complex and defragmented by and large in our country. We are also targeting policymakers. Now we have this National Rubber Policy 2019 in place, which is a future-looking policy. So various aspects of this national policy, how they could be implemented on the ground, we would like to discuss this during this session. And other stakeholders would be researchers, rubber planters who are facing issues related to procurement of latex on a regular basis from the industries, getting remunerative prices from the industries. And in some cases, we have seen that rubber planters have stopped tapping latex because they don't find the domestic prices remunerative. So these are the broad categories we are aiming at during this particular event.
Certainly, sir, and I would like to again highlight the title of the program and some of the other details of the program for the benefit of our audience. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Future-Proofing India's Natural Rubber Supply Chain, a national dialogue on building an alliance towards responsible natural rubber supply chain in India. This session is being organized during the ISS program. This session is on 14th of November 2024 between 2:30 to 4 o'clock p.m. At as per to India Standard Time, and this program is being organized in collaboration with the Forest Stewardship Council. So audience who will be joining us, whether in person or virtually, will be able to will get benefited by the perspective of several different experts who will be joining us. Some of them, for example, representative from the Rubber Board, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Binay Kurian has confirmed his secretary in charge for the Rubber Board. We will also be benefited by the perspective shared by Professor John Manu, the director of Indian Institute of London. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be certainly one of the important programs that we will be having during the ISS 2024. Before we close this LinkedIn live session, sir, I have one last question. Could you also give a short message or some idea about the outcomes those we are expecting from this conversation, and how can viewers, you have already reflected quite a bit, but any short message, how the viewers will be benefited by joining us during this session?
So, as I mentioned earlier, this is probably for the first time that a platform has been provided by CRB and FSC for all the important stakeholders in natural rubber value chain in India. So just by attending the session itself, I think it will be, a great opportunity for the participants to listen to the views of various experts. That is one. Second is we could work towards identifying areas where we could collaborate. So collaboration is something very important where we strengthen other organizations through our own expertise. Thirdly, the main aim is to work towards developing an alliance of sustainable and responsible natural rubber value chain in India. We would like rubber industries, both tire and non-tire, to go through the draft that we have prepared for this alliance, which promotes use of sustainable practices, both environmental, social, and as well as economic, to ensure that the natural rubber chains are traceable. They follow the legal procedures of the country, and very, very importantly, the smallholders in India are benefited out of the natural rubber value chain development. We have around 1.3 million smallholders in India in various states, including Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Tripura, other states of Northeast, West Bengal, Odisha, etc. So the improvement in the status of smallholders in terms of maintaining the existing plantations and also raising more plantations would be one of the key takeaways from this particular session. So, yeah. So, the important outcomes which are expected out of this event will include better understanding of the current market trends and dynamics shaping the natural rubber value chains in India. Also, the participants will get insights into the key challenges, barriers, and opportunities faced by planters and businesses in this sector. Then the third outcome would be identification of tools and strategies for achieving compliance with EUDR and other global regulations with a focus on traceability and responsible sourcing. And fourthly, and probably most importantly, would be the development of a roadmap for Charter for Alliance on responsible natural rubber value chain stakeholders towards responsible sourcing, encouraging collaboration between industry stakeholders, and to promote sustainability. So these are the important outcomes we are expecting from this event. And I request the viewers to kindly join this session if the area of natural rubber sustainability in India interests you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gairola, for sharing all the insights. And I'm sure that our audience must have found. Thanks to all our audience as well. And I request all our viewers to please also register to the link that we share conference as well as for this session. And we are very much optimistic to be able to see you during this session. So thank you all once again. Thanks, sir.